Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Please hit that like button and subscribe and share if you are new on the road to 400. We're going to do it. See if we can make it by the end of the year. I'm sure there's many people out there that haven't heard us. Please share this around. We are going to talk football this week, and what a weekend of fixtures and some stuff going on with certain clubs, to name a few. Chelsea, bro, what's going on there? I need to find out from Ez what's going on there. Kofi will be in the chat. He's driving at the moment. That's his excuse for not coming on the show. Arsenal coming out 3-1 winners at the weekend. A lot of people written us off. A lot of Liverpool fans thought it'd be a walk in the park, took us for granted, and we went there. Or should we say they came to us. Literally, I think one shot on target, and that was because we scored an own goal, winning that game 3-1. We'll go into that a little bit more. But listen, without further ado, let me just get the guys on. Mr. Big D and Mr. Ez. And we're going with an up and personal, in your face, people. And let me just let me just get myself in the middle there. You know what I mean? Let me just
there you go, mate.
Yes, sir. So people, it's good to have you back on the show. Another week, another dollar, another billion dollar spent, and all of that. But yeah, listen. First of all, let me go to my left. Some people might be to your right. Mr. Big D, what you say?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. A little bit tired, which is my own doing, I guess. Yeah. But, apart from that, yeah, we're trying to
big up to Scott in the future, bro. We say, yeah, Scott. I've been checking out a show you've been doing with put it in the chat. I've been checking out a show that you've been doing with another guy over in England. I can't remember what the name of the show was, but I've watched you doing a little bit of podcasting yourself. So well done, big up to you.
Yeah, man, big up, Scott.
Put it in the chat so people can go and subscribe to you. You never know, might do a little collab. Yeah, but you have to tell the man to calm down on his swearing, though. You understand? But big up to you, though. Big up to you. Yeah, sorry, D.
Yeah. Everything is good. Obviously, we met up and laid our good brethren to rest.
Yeah.
Last Thursday, should I say? Yeah, so that was that was a
sorry, man.
That was
R.I.P. man.
Yeah, man, that was beautiful send off.
That's it. Football,
very emotional day.
Yeah,
very emotional day as you guys saw. Yeah, and a great gathering for Simon, amazing gathering. So yeah, man, crazy. But yeah, apart from that, man, I had a nice weekend. Took Sheena out for a belated birthday dinner because her birthday was in the week.
Birthday, Sheena.
Yeah, man. So she's another year beautiful, as they would say, and wiser with it. So yeah.
It should behind you with a. It should behind you with a baseball bat.
yeah. She got a shotgun in the side of the door. There. Say it live.
Say it. You know what I mean? Say it with chest, man. Say it with chest.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's good to see that you're up and running and everything. But yeah, it's all good. Mr. Ez, what you say, man?
Yeah, man. I'm actually all right, man. I'm mad. We start to my week, but it didn't help when.
You know what was mad? It's just a sort of button. I thought when did Ez go to the Dominican Republic? I thought, is my man gone out there again? Man posted another thing on his Insta thinking, he was going out. Where did I think man just posing there with his camera and things?
Nah, man, I did a late post on Insta, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear that, man. I hear that, bro. You know,
you know what I mean?
She was still there in it. Hey.
Yeah. Well, I waited for the blues to kick in. Now I started looking at the pictures and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it, with a nice holiday.
The blues did kick in, you know. Certain blues did kick in.
Well, that's that. Well, you caught the pun. You caught the pun. You know what I mean? You caught the pun, Norms.
So man had to take his mind away from it, go back to the Dominican Republic.
Listen, man.
Yep.
Listen. I have to book another holiday now. The way these men are going on. You know what I mean?
Big up Calvin, we say, bro. Big up to you.
Yes, Calvin. Big up yourself, my guy.
But I've learned something from D. From his wise wife that we just spoke about. D said, look. His wife said to him, look, are you getting paid? You know what I mean? To watching these man, they're waking how much millions and you're the one here stressed out. You know what? I'm not getting stressed out no more. You know, I'm not.
Nah, you can't, mate. You can't.
I'm not. I will get to Chelsea in a bit, but that started my week a bit sideways. You know what I mean? I come from church on Sunday, had a great service. You know what I mean? Uplifted, and I'm like, nah, the devil's a liar. You know, come check the score. Come check the score. Nah.
So, after you preach or anything like that, yeah, and they said the devil's coming for you.
Precisely,
literally,
you couldn't make it up.
Yeah.
The devil was coming for you, bro.
You couldn't make it, man. You couldn't make it up. I said, all right, I see what's going on here. Going on here. But man,
we'll come on. We will come on to your
Kofi.
Yes, Kofi, man. We say, brother. Kofi's driving at the moment. Said he when we did FaceTime each other, he said, "Yeah, man, I'm coming on the show." You know what I mean? Yeah. And then a certain thing happened on Sunday. You know what I mean?
Wait.
Say no more. You know what I mean? You notice I put something in the chat. A surfer. Yeah. It's on his board, man. You still on that board, Kof? You still on that board, bro?
Wait.
Ez, we can load it out.
Scott, don't try it. You tried it there. No chance.
Spurs should have beaten Everton, even though I don't want Everton to go down. City gets away with it. I mean, look, when Brentford got that goal, I was thinking, come on. Let's make this race a bit more interesting. But listen, Phil Foden turned up. Yeah. Certain KDB turned up. I mean, my man didn't even. I think what's his name? I know he got an assist in it. Haaland got assist in the game, but bro, he didn't need Haaland to be scoring any goals.
Don't need it.
Foden, man.
Nah. But it's something that you did see, Norm, that he does struggle in a low block. It's almost like they were bypassing him a lot of the time. There's a few times where he kind of sprung it and didn't get the pass. I think they got used to playing without him since he'd been injured. Yeah. And that was quite evident in that game.
It's quite funny.
It's weird to watch.
Right, you do make a very good observation there, because I did notice that he wasn't getting the ball.
Yeah.
And I think because he's been since when was it? He got that foot. I think he got that foot injury against I think it was Aston Villa when they lost. And we're going back.
When was that? Like
8 or 9 games he's missed.
He's missed a lot. So
we talk about Christmas. We're going back to Christmas.
I'm saying last year. Yeah. Because if you look at it, Norm, City just adapted without him, playing Alvarez in the kind of false 9 kind of thing, and Foden and them just doing their thing. So when you watch that game, it was an interesting game. He got quite frustrated. I'm surprised Pep didn't pull him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I think,
but the way I interpret it is also because Haaland is a goal machine, the defense feel like they have to put 1 or 2 players on him at all times.
On him all the time, yeah.
And that's why Foden, he don't just get a hat-trick. They're focused, they're thinking we got to stop the goal scorer and forget about Foden. It's like, hold on, he don't score hat-tricks. Oh, well, today he does, because you've got. So when you've got a killer in your team like that, even if they're not touching the ball much, even if they're not on form, you know that one mistake and that person will hurt you. And that's what they've got in Haaland. You know,
I mean, in that particular game, I was watching it with my son, and then
I also think this about Højlund. You know, although he hasn't been getting the quality of service, or he hasn't been converting until recently, he has been a pest. You know, he's been a bit of a pulling every defensive side up until now. He will get goals. That Højlund guy. He will get goals.
Yeah. And people, I think as well, people forget how young he is. He's still learning his craft. You know what I mean? I don't know if you saw this week, but our Premier League winner, Robin van Persie, he's at Old Trafford doing his badges, mate. How about that one, Norms? Yeah, he's at Old Trafford doing his badges, mate. So hopefully he can get to pull him aside a little bit and show him a few things, because they're both left footers. I saw it yesterday. I was like, oh, Robin's come home. Okay, I see you, bro. Yeah, he's doing his badges, doing the UEFA badges. So he's at Old Trafford. Obviously, you got to go to clubs and be around it all, ain't you? So yeah, he's there.
I want to address this thing from Scott, and Scott must have been reading my notes, because I was asking myself this same question, and watching Foden on against Brentford.
Yeah,
bro, I think he's way ahead of Saka. I look at you look at Saka and you look at Saka's output, but when you look at a footballer, Foden is a proper baller. He's got skills. He can score with his head. He can do everything. As small as he is, this guy is a baller, man.
Well, Pep said it. Pep said it. Pep said there's some players that play a position and there's some players that play football. Foden is a player that just plays football. You ask him to play centre mid, he can play centre mid. In the 10, false striker, right mid, left wing, he can do it all at a similar level. Obviously, there's one that he will surpass at, which is probably behind the striker, where you saw him get his hat-trick. But that, I mean, on that aspect, I would say that's where Foden is just on another level. You ask him to do any job.
I mean, look, Saka gets in. Listen, obviously, when it comes up for the England, it looks like Saka's the first person that goes on the team sheet. Foden normally is on the bench, but as you said, Saka could put. I mean, listen, Saka started playing when under Unai Emery. He was playing at left back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could probably play either side of the wings. I wouldn't say he can play where Foden plays. I don't think he's got.
No, I don't think he's behind the striker.
I don't think he's got skill in him.
But
he used to use his right foot more. Because that's really frustrating.
Well, he needs to work.
But if you look at the England setup, do you think it's more about who's coaching them? Because 100%. And the reason why I say that, I see this England manager over in Ajax watching Henderson. I mean, what's
he's still trying to squeeze in him. He's still trying to squeeze. Yeah,
exactly. So he goes to Ajax to watch Henderson. Are you kidding me? That's why I know England's not winning nothing under this manager, because he's got the talent there to actually go to a tournament and cook. But if you're wasting time to go and watch Henderson rather than looking at young talent that you integrate into the squad, everything you need to know about this guy.
I dare you to put price tags on every single England player that starts for England and tally that up versus any other international team. And you'll notice very quickly that Southgate is the problem. You can't have 100 million Harry Kane, 100 million Jack Grealish. How much you put in on Jude Bellingham, another 100 million. How much you put in on Foden price tag. Declan Rice, another 100 million. I don't know how much money you put on Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know what I mean?
There are some talented players there. Yeah,
yes, he has to. He has to go to this tournament and win it. If he doesn't go to this tournament and win it with that squad, he needs to be gone. He really does. He needs to be gone. Just sit this guy down. I mean, honestly, I don't understand what you're doing in Ajax watching Jordan Henderson. Are you kidding me?
It's typical Northgate, mate. Typical Northgate. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Delusional. This guy's delusional.
Yeah.
But it's a perfect yes man for them, Norm. You know,
the only team that would probably they have got a massive chance of winning this Euro 2024. Yeah. Right. Listen, Southgate he's made it to what is it? 2 semi-finals and a final.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
He's got no more excuses, Norm.
I would expect with the quality of players that we've got, to get to a final. Yeah. The only excuse I would say is France. That could, give him some trouble.
Yeah.
The only excuse he's got.
Fair enough. But you can't be losing to these Italians. Are you joking? Who plays for Italy these days?
Right.
Who plays for Italy? Do you know what I mean?
He really is, man. He when I saw that, I just thought, man, England are finished with this guy, man. This guy's looking in all the wrong places for talent. Jordan Henderson has gone to the Saudi League, not fancied that money, and now he's gone to Ajax, and that's where you're going to watch. Come on, man, get out of here. All the games that run this weekend.
It just tells you, and I guarantee you, he will be in that England squad. He will be in that England squad.
Yeah, he will be. Because they'll say you need seniors, and I get that. That you need seniors. That's the only thing you've got
to offer, the experience. That's the only thing you've got to offer.
Yeah, but it's like, if you're serious, man, this guy gets minutes to shore a game up rather than start. If he starts for England, tell you anything you need to know about this guy. Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you want to put him on for the last 20 minutes to show up a game when you're 2-1 up or something, and you're fighting for your lives. Okay, stick him in there to calm. I mean,
they were doing. Klopp was doing it. Klopp was doing it with him anyway.
Exactly
for Liverpool. Yeah. He wasn't your first choice, but what would happen is to see the game out. You know, he'll bring it on for the last 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. And then obviously the rumors come out that the likelihood is that he's going to go abroad, and that's what's happening. Because the thing about it, he had to do that in order to get because obviously to get picked for England, because he knew he wasn't
to say that I'm playing regular.
Yeah, he's playing regular.
Yeah,
and that's why he's gone to the Saudi league. He didn't like it over there. He ends up going to Ajax. He's now first choice in that team to play because of the name, you know, he carries, and the fact that he's English and he played for Liverpool.
Well, it's funny. I think between the standard of the football and his misses, I think between them two things, he had to get out of it. He wasn't having it.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know, if you're not in the top 3 teams over there, it's pretty poor. You know, it's pretty poor. I think he got them for, what am I doing here?
I mean, when they're currently sitting in the table, Ajax, because I know they were having a bit of a bad time at the start of the season, so I'm not too sure if they're mid-table, because at one time they were flirting with relegation, weren't they? Flirting with relegation. Whilst you're looking at that, let's delve into the Premier League weekend fixtures. But just before we go into the Premier League, what is it? They've got to 5th. Oh,
fifth,
wow.
Yeah, they're 5th, yeah.
And they're nowhere near it. They're nowhere near it.
No.
Okay, in terms of points,
they're 20 points off the top, mate.
Yeah, but then that was because of the bad season that they started. They were really terrible.
Well, they sold everyone. They sold everyone.
As well.
Sold a lot of players. Yeah, sold a lot of players for real. Yeah.
Yeah, so that really affected them. Do you know what I mean? Well, they are a selling club anyway. Do you know what I mean? But the academy, the academy is brilliant. So the players that they got coming through.
Yeah,
but it just seemed like it just hasn't worked out. It just hasn't worked out for them.
No, I think they sold too much this time. They sold, you know what I mean? They normally sell knowing that they got the equivalent coming up. They've sold too quickly.
Yeah. And I think it's caught up with them.
Yeah.
You know, because they normally churn it out every year, year in, year out.
Because you look at Feyenoord, they're cooking.
PSV's gone.
Yeah, and you look at Feyenoord in second, they're 10 points behind PSV. In second, you know what I mean? So it just shows you that PSV are cooking right now.
But yeah, just going quickly into the Premier League, I just want to kind of backtrack to Thursday, the 1st of February. Certain man called Kobe Mano. D, talk to me, man.
Player, man.
Like Kobe. Man, and the thing is,
should he get into that England? Should he get into that England squad? Is it too early for him, or do you think he should get to that England squad?
This is my thing. You bring him for the experience, even if he gets limited minutes, just to be around some senior mans and get the feeling. That's what I would do. Like I would speak to Eric Ten Hag and say, "Are you okay with me bringing this kid along to be with the England squad to get experience? He may get a cameo in a game that we're cooking. He may not." And if Man United feel like we want to work with him, with our coaches, then fair enough. But
I didn't realize how tall he was. I didn't realize how tall he was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He's about 5'11"-ish. Or is he taller than that?
I mean, I don't know exactly, but when he was, I can't remember who he was in the post-match interview, and he was standing next to was it McTominay? Was it McTominay? I can't even remember what player it was he was standing next to. And was it McTominay?
I don't think he's that tall.
He's not that tall, but he just looked big. I don't know. He just looked. You know what I mean? It might have been just my eyes. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what his actual measurements are, but
I think he uses his body very well, though. He uses his body very well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that game, D.
Well, they said it's 175 centimeters.
It's about 5'9". It's about 5'9".
That's short.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 5'9",
bro. That means that the interviewer was very, very short then.
right. Yeah, because he has a very good low center of gravity when he moves with the ball,
which is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, Chile, big up Chile. Who shouldn't be taking up space in the England camp? Are you talking about?
Oh, you're talking about.
Dear.
Kobe Mino, but it's Chile, man. It's
Chile. Why didn't you come up here, man?
Chile, I understand you're missing Harry, but Harry no longer plays for you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So it's okay, man.
No, he wants Maddison in there. That's who he wants in there. He wants Maddison.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Maddison will go. There's no reason why Maddison wouldn't go.
I think Northgate doesn't pick him. Really, does he? He might have him in the squad, but he doesn't really play.
And the reason why that is because he reminds him too much of Jack Grealish, as in he's a bit of a boy.
Yeah,
it's not as wild as Jack, but he's very opinionated, and I think that would wind him up. I think that.
See, Chile's coming back at you and saying one good game. Come on,
bro. No. You have to remember, this guy was a starter at the preseason. Then he took the bad injury in that friendly that he shouldn't have played in that friendly, and then he got injured. So what we're seeing now, we were seeing that in the summer, and he's supposed to have been him and Casemiro in a double pivot, and then obviously the injury. Then Kaz got injured, and then we were just putting lumps together and saying, "Yeah, go figure that out." Yeah. So now, man, like this guy, he needs to have people around him, and people that he'll listen to. Because we see what happened with Rashford. I don't think Rashford listened to his people. This young kid needs to have people to say, Kobe, just pull that break up a second, yeah? Because you're not quite there. But this guy could be a generational talent.
Definitely.
For his position, you know?
That game, right, D, listen, I don't know what it is about Man United not holding on to Leeds. And I was thinking, 2-0 up, I'm thinking, yeah, you got this game sewn up. I really didn't expect that scoreline at all. Yeah. And when it went to 3-3, D, what was game?
I was so vexed. Because you have to remember, we were 3-1 up.
Yeah.
At 3-1 up, he just locked the back door, my guys. But not this team. It's almost like it's almost like they said, just let them play through us. We can angle it. No, we can't. Because you see how we just put this goalkeeper that couldn't play for his country straight back into the team.
Straight back in, yeah.
It tells you, this guy's mad, you know. And I'm like, do you want to keep your job, my guy? Because if I thought we could have lost that game, you know, guys.
Yeah.
Because Wolves are no mugs, you know, especially in their own backyard. You're not going to go turn them over in their backyard unless having a really bad day at the office. And I think we got away with one there. And again, a moment of greatness gets Tenag out of jail again. Because if that was 3-3, he would have got cooked by the press. Saying, what's going on with your team? Your team's got to hold on to a lead for love or money. What's happening here? So Kobe got him out of one, and it was good that the kid got his accolade, you know what I mean? Because he'd been playing his socks off. Even when he hasn't played particularly well, his energy, he don't give up on the balls. And that's what we've been missing. An 18-year-old leader that's making some of these senior men on. Remember, he's on about 20K a week, you know? Right. 20K a week. Working way harder than the man's on 300 grand a week.
I mean, in terms of who's going to be sort of built around these. I mean, they're talking about Garnacho, they're talking about Højlund, they're talking about Kobe Mainoo as these youngsters that you're going to sort of put your trust in and build your team around. Is that something that you think is good and it's going to happen, you know, come the summer? Are you going to be offloading a load of players, and what's going to happen there?
The thing is, he needs to offload, as we well know, because we're not competing. You have to remember, we're still in a minus goal difference, guys, in game week 24 coming up, right?
Yeah.
So in game week 24 coming up, Man United is still -1 in goal difference. Come on, what is that? So straight away, because of that, we're not competing. But you've got to look to this future, and then, as Leslie's finding out, you've got to look to the future with the youngsters, but you've got to get some quality seniors around them. And I think that's where we've got to get the balance. I mean, Jason sent me a video on Monday, Rio Ferdinand interviewing David Gill. Apparently, I've only watched the first one, but there's more than one. And David Gill just broke down how to be a CEO of Man United. And I just said, we should have never let this man retire with Fergie, but it is what it is. And everything he's said
we are now
so far in the first one, I said, this guy just knows what he's talking about when it comes to running a football club.
Yeah.
And not overpaying for players. And, you know, there was a thing where Fergie used to say about no value in the market. And he kind of, you know, he touches on all this stuff, the way the scouting team do, the way you look at the way the team wants to play, you bring the right players in. The moment someone starts taking the mickey, you just say, okay, there's other options. Look at the other options, and you don't fall for that. We're desperate. A week to go to the window closes, and you overpay for Anthony, for an example. And so yeah, so it was it's promising. The youngsters are promising, but I don't want too much pressure put on them, because this is how they get, because the press will build them up and pull them down just as quick. And that's why I hinted at even Garnacho, he needs their arm around him, because Garnacho already thinks he's him. Now it's like, bro, you're not there yet, mate. You've scored some wild goals, you got some great energy, but you still need to be coached.
Yeah,
and he should be playing every week either. Neither of them neither of those three should be playing every week for us.
Yeah.
But this is where we are as a club. These three youngsters are playing every week.
Well, in that same game, a certain Rashford, who came back from outside of the cold, scores an assist from Hoyland in the first 5 minutes, and you're thinking, okay, Rashford has come back and shut a load of crickets up. Is that the case? I'm hearing that next summer PSG are looking at him and maybe want to put in a bid for him in the summer. Is that something that you'll be happy to see happening?
No, I think if the price is right, I think both the club and Rashford just need a different experience. And yeah, I wouldn't be adverse for him going and see what he can do in that league. People say he'll cook in that league because it's a leisure league. Only if he works hard. As we see at the moment, he picks and chooses when he wants to work hard.
Yeah,
and for that, you have to remember he was beating down the door for that contract.
Yeah,
and there wasn't much resistance from United. He got the contract, and Calvin, I totally agree, mate. Yeah. So if the price is right, like we can't give him away because we're mugging ourselves up. But you have to remember, in terms of what did he cost us? Obviously, he's big contract now, but he's come out the youth setup, so he's been around United. But it's almost like he thinks he's reached, and he hasn't won anything major for us. He hasn't won us a major trophy. You can only be like that, even though I don't like when players be like that. When you've won if you've won a couple of Premiers and a couple of Champions Leagues, then walk around Carrington with chess. Until you do that, stop it. Stop it. I'm not here for it.
Scott, wait, listen. There's talk about him possibly in the summer. I can't listen. No way.
He probably go to you guys to start to cook. I don't know. It's just
listen.
I doubt it. No, I doubt it.
I don't want to take no more. I don't think Arteta would want to take all that baggage. You know what I mean? It comes with it. I'm just gonna say. I don't want to take on that baggage. Big up to you, Craig, man. What you saying, bro?
Craig. Big up yourself, my guy.
I mean, look. Listen, Scott McTominay coming on. And getting his normal goal. Do you know what I mean? I think he's one of your top goal scorers, isn't he?
I think he is, Norm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of mad. And listen, as I said, Pedro Neto makes it 3-3, and you're thinking, oh my God. And as I said, Kobe Mainoo in the 97th minute, the way he dropped his shoulder.
Dropped his shoulder. And he nutmegged him as well, didn't he?
Knocked him again.
Yeah, he was like, geez, brother, what are you doing?
Absolutely fantastic goal. But listen, I'll take my out to Wolves. Listen, Gary O'Neill is doing bits with them. He's doing bits with them. And I'll tell you what.
These guys know how to fight, no?
No, definitely. He's got them scoring. Yeah. Pedro Neto is somebody that if we could get in the summer, it'd be great as a backup. That guy is super quick, direct. And sometimes, and that's what I want to see with Saka. I need you to be more direct. Neto, both sides. Speed kick, all right. He has his injury problems, a number of times, hamstring or whatever it is, or whatever his calf or whatever it is. So I'm just hoping that come the summer, it looks like there's going to be possibly some spending in the summer. We'll see what happens, but we need to offload a load of players in order to pursue that. But talking of Wolves, they went to a certain club in London, Blues Club, and it's quite ironic because Ez, you're wearing the Wolves colours.
Big up Wolves, man.
Man's wearing the mustard. Where's the mustard and black? You should. Where's the Wolves, man?
No, big up
let me see the badge. Let me see the badge.
You would think Wolves was Chelsea and Chelsea were Wolves. You know what I mean? You might as well wear the colours.
Ez, talk to me. 8 game goals conceded. Yeah, listen, we're not going to even talk about the Liverpool game when you went there and you offered them nothing. You didn't even have nothing to say on our chat. You just said, forget it. Conceding 4 goals at Liverpool. You're thinking, right, you're at home. Let's set this straight. Let's get this right. You get the first goal and you're thinking, okay. And then after that, the rest is history. Talk to me. Conceding 8 goals in 2 games.
There's 2 criminals at my club. 2 criminals. And one of them is Poch. All right.
Oh my gosh.
His house is still near the Spurs pitch. Yeah, that's where him and his wife and his family live. He drives down, looks at the Spurs stadium every day, and then drives to Chelsea every morning. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what he does every day. You You know what I mean? Fair dues. I heard he's in the office at 6 a.m. every day, but I don't know what he's doing in there because, as I said, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go full circle. So Poch is the first criminal, and then the second criminal is Todd Bowley. It starts from the top. You sack Tuchel. Let's call a spade a spade. You sack Tuchel for whatever reason. Cool. If you're going to do that in business, because it's a business reason, there might be an absolute business reason why that had to happen. You have to bring in someone at least similar, adequate in terms of competence or better. Simple. You're bringing me Graham Potter and his whole staff. And then you go and buy Cucurella. And then you go and buy Sanchez. And then you go and buy Caicedo. Okay, thank you very much, Norms. It's like you knew I was going to talk about Potter. You bring me Graham, Stephen, Harry Potter to come to Chelsea. He stinks up the place. In fact, this isn't even real, because you realize that Potter finished where he finished or whatever before he got sacked. Without Tuchel's points, we get relegated, Without Tuchel's wins in that sort of lab.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We're in the relegation zone, D, without the points. So that is not even a true reflection of how bad.
Sorry, Ace, can I just cut in here? I mean, I was looking back over the last 18 months to 20 months that the Bowleys taken over. They come in, they pay whatever it was for Chelsea, 4 billion. Tuchel at the point, Chelsea was sitting third in the league.
Yeah.
They were sitting third in the league.
Yes, sir.
Right? They sacked Tuchel when
I
think they lost to Dinamo Zagreb. Yeah. Potter comes in his black polo net jumper.
In his fade.
Because the lady loves milk tray and all of that stuff. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened after that is. So kind of talk me from there to this very point.
Listen, Norms, I'm not a Chelsea fan at the moment. He's in Chelsea. I don't recognize them. They're not Chelsea. You understand?
That's the worst thing, isn't it?
I basically support Brighton. We've taken all the Brighton staff. So even though they sat Potter, the Brighton staff are still there.
Really?
The head of recruitment at Chelsea.
Oh, I didn't know that,
Brighton was the head of recruitment at Brighton.
I actually thought that Poch brought his team in.
No, he's brought some of his team, but I'm talking about the guys that are sitting in the head of recruitment come from Brighton. He's still there. He's still there. So all these players Brighton's model is to buy these players for 20 million, 10 million, sell them on. I've basically got a dove on my badge. They've taken the lion out of the Chelsea badge and put a dove on there. Okay. Anyway, because I don't have time to go into all of it. That's the second criminal. Back to Poch now. Even if then they said these players are young or they're not experienced, whatever. Do they want to convince me that these players are worse than Wolves players? That's what they want to convince me. They're trying to tell me Enzo Fernandez can't pass a ball 5 yards. They're trying to tell me Caicedo, who Arsenal and Liverpool are willing to rip up tree trunks to buy, can't play against this Wolves team. I don't know if people can name me more than 4 Wolves players. You know what I mean? So hold on a minute. They want to convince me that Nkunku can't play football now. Palmer wasn't kicking ball at City. Is that what they want to convince me? That Thiago Silva is past it? That's what they're trying to tell me. So Thiago Silva's past it. Thiago Silva at 40 is still top 10 centre backs in this league. Don't tell me any differently. Don't tell me that. You can't tell me 10 centre backs that are better than Thiago Silva in the Premier League. You can't. Yeah.
Can I just come in here? I know Thiago Silva's wife had some concerns that you might actually agree with. Now, let me just read this.
That was wild, wasn't it?
Let me just read this. The defeat that saw the Blues 11th, worse than last season in terms of positioning in the Premier League with an even worse points tally than last year. During the closing stages of the match, Silva's wife, Bella, wrote on social media, "It's time to change." As Claude Goot will say, "It's time to go." Top woman. If you wait any longer, it will be too late. And she's refused to delete the tweet, which remains live as Chelsea prepare for LB Classic.
D and Norms and everyone in the chat, let me tell you something. This ain't no small woman, This woman is at every single match, home and away. and she brings the kids, and she says, you're going to watch your father play football. You understand? Yeah? Right. And she's there after the match, and she's there, you know what I mean? She's there every single game. You know what? This woman has watched Thiago Silva play next to Maldini at AC Milan, you know, Maldini.
Right.
Yeah? She's gone to watch him win titles there, watch him win titles after titles in France at PSG. You know what I mean? Be captain for Brazil, come to Chelsea, and he's won the Champions League here, fair enough. And now she has to watch Pochettino and Graham Stephen, Harry Potter finish 10th and 11th. No chance. She's got every right to say what she said.
Yeah, she's done, innit? She's done with it.
She's got every right
she's
to
like,
say.
honey, pack your bags. We're leaving.
We're going to Brazil and we're going to go retire. What are we doing here in the cold to finish 10th and 11th?
Exactly. Yeah, I hear that.
You're 40 next year. She's been watching him since he was 18, you know. She's been She said, nah. This ain't it. She's
watched a lot of footballers.
So for me personally, where people go, you know, you need to control. No, you don't. No, you don't. She's talking the things. In fact, half the Chelsea fans went, talk what you're talking. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's hard for him because he's obviously professional, but she's probably just saying what he's saying at home. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's the truth. Can we sit here and say, trust the process? I trust the process. I don't expect to win the league, but 10th, 11th, 4-2 to Wolves.
You're actually sitting in the bottom half of the table right now.
Norman, 4-1 to Newcastle, 4-1 to Liverpool, 4-2 to Wolves. We lost to Middlesbrough in the first leg.
Yep.
We tonight, I'm telling you, in 50 minutes, when I come off this show, I'm gonna be watching the TV like this. Yeah. And I can promise you what's gonna happen. Watkins is gonna have a party. Watkins is gonna have an absolute party.
So what? Okay, so Ez, if he loses tonight, what happens now?
P45. Pay him up.
He has to go. He has to go.
But the problem is, though, you're saying P45, yeah? Now, I was watching another show, and they were saying that might be a problem if you try to sack him now, because of, obviously, the situation with the PSR, the Profit Sustainability Rules, and FFP means that you might have problems offloading him and having to pay him off and then getting to buy somebody out of their contract. They're saying they might leave it till the summer.
The Athletic and Fabrizio confirmed Chelsea are not in concerns of having to sell before they buy and all of that. They're not in that.
But the thing is, though, if for me, right, you're in a final in a couple of weeks' time, you're going to be playing Chelsea, Liverpool in the final. Is it really necessary to sack him now? Look what happened with Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham.
That's different
with Mourinho.
That Tottenham sacked him 3-4 days before final. That's ridiculous. And it's Mourinho that is a king of winning finals. That doesn't make sense. But you tell me a final Poch has won, and I'll wait. I'll wait patiently. I'll wait very patiently.
Yeah, there's a replay, Scott, today. There's a replay because they drew at Stamford Bridge, Aston Villa.
And I was there. I was there at Stamford Bridge when we drew.
Oh, see.
Yeah, that's what I'm sort of saying. So you're going to Villa Park tonight.
We're going to Villa Park now. Nels took me down there. And we watched, and I said to myself, I had to go and see this for myself. First time I've been to the Bridge this season. I had to see it for myself. Luckily, we didn't lose that day, but I can also see that the atmosphere at the Bridge ain't what it used to be. Listen.
So who'd you get in? If he loses tonight and if he loses badly, who do you get in?
There's only one man. Bring me Uncle Jose Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho.
You see these young boys? You see these young boys? And bring me JT as his assistant. Because JT's already in the academy, you know.
He's kind of thrown his hat back into the ring, isn't he?
Listen, Jose said he's still got his house. And when he opens his windows, he can hear Stamford Bridge. You understand? He's still got his house in West London, and his son and his wife still live there. So, look. Bring me Uncle Jose. You see some of these young boys, Jackson and them man there, Jackson and Disassi and Gusto, they're going to learn something or two. And I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm just saying mentality-wise.
You'll see a different Chelsea.
You'll see a different Chelsea. You'll see these guys running. You'll see these guys working. And they'll concede a lot less goals because, you know, Jose, he's defense before attack. And look, Norm, lose to Liverpool. Because Liverpool are the superior team at the moment, right? But don't lose 4-1. Make it respectable. 2-1, 1-0.
Yeah. But there was going back to ref watch, there was a couple of calls in there that you was. I mean, whether it would have made a difference to the scoreline, but there was two big calls in there.
I don't know who paid them.
There was definite penalty. So
who paid them? There's 2 pens. 2 clear. I don't know if Van Dijk's allowed to kick through a man and it's not a pen. Like you understand? I saw NFL tackles.
Yeah.
I saw NFL tackles going on in that game. Anyway, I won't go into that because the truth is, it doesn't change. I don't think it changes the match dramatically. No. But yeah, bring me Uncle Jose. In short, bring me Uncle Jose. And they're talking about FFP and that. I don't know if everyone knows this, but Chelsea already. I don't know if you knew, but we made 30 transactions in the summer. 16 out, 15 in.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you even just start to do the maths, Mason Mount 60 million or 55, whatever. Havertz 65. Jorginho just before that in the first window, we got 10 million off that. Kovacic 40 million. You know, that is a lot of money just then. You don't forget Pulisic, don't forget Loftus-Cheek. You know what I mean? There's a lot of players that went out that some people don't know. We've still got players. We've got Lewis Hall that's on loan to Newcastle that have an obligation to buy in the summer. Maatsen is got an obligation to buy. That's another 60 million coming in before we even start the next window. So Chelsea are not in danger at the moment, especially where all of this stuff's been looked
because
up.
there was this talk about you've got to sell £100 million worth of players by the beginning of June, or if not, FFP is going to kick in. I mean, it might be just newspaper talk and you know.
And even if it's true, we've got the players to sell. Everyone's flirting with buying Gallagher. I don't know why, but Spurs are still wanting for 50 million or whatever. You've got Chalobah to sell. You've got Lukaku to sell. You've got Kepa to sell. We've got quite a lot of players that people want. Broja's still got to be sold. Even if you get 25 million for him, there's so many players there to sell compared to. I don't know if you feel like this, D, but United probably are not the best at selling players. So therefore, even if you was to try and sell Martial, you're not going to get a lot. Or just one example.
I think he just goes on a free, doesn't he, in the summer?
Yeah, he goes on a free.
Let it run out. So compared to the way Chelsea's done it, even if that was true that we needed to sell first, we've got loads of players to get off the books if it came to that. So I don't think that's the reason. And there's a lot of Chelsea's the perfect club to talk about right now because of how bad it is. You could make up you can make up what you want and it's believable. Of course it is. Because we're in such a state. You could say that Todd Bowley's falling out with the rest of his consortium, and people go, "Oh yeah, look, that's why you haven't seen him." You know what I mean? It's easy to do. It's easy to do right now. But when I trust certain journalists, the ones that have credibility to keep, which is like Fabrizio or The Athletic, and they've come out and said, "Look, Chelsea's books look good in terms of what they've got to sell still and what they've sold already." That won't be a reason. And just on this last point, did you know the Premier League are meeting this week to change this whole sustainability thing? Have you heard about it?
Yeah. I was listening to it today.
It's crazy. So they're saying that now they're going to allow clubs to sell equivalent of 70% of their turnover or 75% of their turnover, which is crazy because if you look at, for example, Chelsea's turnover, that's 589 million turnover. So if you can sell 70%, if you can buy within the range of 75% of that, you're still spending quite a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
300 plus.
It just makes you think they want to backhander with this as well.
It's all maths and numbers and equations, man.
If that goes through, that's actually making it more.
Is it making it? Do you think it's making it a level playing field?
It's not level because what can Luton spend? What do they make? 50 million a year?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
So how's that a level playing field?
Norms, it just screams. It screams of Premier League fraud again, doesn't it? Backhanders. It screams of it.
Absolutely.
And you always got to look sideways when they make a decision like this, and then you see that decision only benefits the bigger clubs. It just shows you that you lot are murky, man. Because that's ridiculous. 75% of what your annual profits or turnover? Is it profits or turnover, Eds?
It's just turnover.
Just turnover, right?
Yeah.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
So it's not even profit. If it was profits, okay, you could go all right because profits are kind of marginal once you take away your wages and all that.
Exactly.
But no. The only thing that it does include though is that on the buying side, it also includes wages. So it's not just 300 million on the plate. Their wages.
And to be fair, I've always said I've always said that you've got to put the wages within the buying price, because when you see what certain players want, even when you get them for free, then you say, okay, we got them for free, and you're paying him 400k. It's like, yo, that's easy. So you can't dismiss that 400 grand a week, you know.
But you see, you said it the other day. This is where these clubs are getting smart and saying, all right, well, listen, we're going to give you 100k, but you see, Nike, sign the little image rights, and they're going to give you the extra.
That's what you said. That's what you said last week, wasn't it? Yeah,
100%. And then
that's the way around it.
Heads and shoulder adverts and Gucci adverts. I mean, these man are smart.
Yeah,
they are smart.
100%. Listen, do you think
this is what happens in the American sports, though, guys? The American sports have been doing this for years.
100%.
Where the endorsements, image rights, they sit down and talk about it and say, okay, we'll take 10% off that, 10% off that.
I mean,
90% you keep on 90%.
Football set up differently. Do you
think
they should adopt
in another direction?
Yeah. Do you think that?
Yeah. Because I think it's a smart way to do business. I think that's what Chelsea tried to do indirectly with these long contracts.
I think it will still come off.
The only thing that would be interesting, Norm, if the Premier League went down the trading route. So in the winter break, you were allowed to move players and trade with the clubs. Now that would be a while for me. I actually wouldn't be. That wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't be against it, but that's when you know that you've really adapted an American model when you say, right, remember it's about the All-Star game, right? A winter break, All-Star game, within that 3-week period, you do some trades. And you'll see players moving across the borders.
There's more and more American owners coming in,
Exactly.
More and more American, and that could easily go, let's get in a room together. And these things can start to be voted and knocking on FA's doors.
Especially like Norm, see how you guys did a striker now.
Yeah.
Like rather than you buy a striker, you trade for a striker.
Trade a centre mid or
something. And you offer some, you probably offer 2 players and some money for a quality striker. The FA said, yeah, that's cool. Go do that. And if that happens, don't be surprised.
Just go back to, because I know like your club, like you own Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Is there another club that you own? I can't remember.
We own Strasbourg and we're trying to buy Sporting.
Yeah. And then you've got the City group, because obviously they've just bought this player recently, and a lot of people are kicking up stickers. Oh, Man City are doing another dodgy thing. Well, actually, they're not. They're not. And I think
Fabio, good player.
I think a lot. I think Arsenal were looking at him at one stage. But I think what is good about that, as I said, is that that type of player now has gone away, is developed. And they can get him at a decent price. Do you know what I mean? So they can just go, because he's within that City group. They can say, right, okay, we're not going to pay some mad money or nothing like that. Do you know what I mean?
No need.
And I think Arsenal need to start looking at that, because I was listening to another pod and they were saying that with Arsenal, we haven't got no sort of kind of feeder clubs, so to speak. All right, that feeder club in what country was it? I wouldn't say feeder club, but we
you had a good relationship with him. Yeah,
we had a good relationship. But I think it seems like now that the Premier League like this model where clubs are buying other clubs.
It's getting cheeky because, for example, I don't know if you know this, but Patrick Vieira is our manager at Strasbourg.
That's right. Yeah.
And when we're buying these players,
you got a player there, haven't you?
We've got like 4 players there.
Yeah, I've got one. I think there was. Have you got a striker there? Is a striker?
We've got a winger there, striker, and we've got
I was watching the game against. I think they were playing PSG. I think they lost that game in the end. I can't remember. Did they lose that game? I was watching the game against PSG, but I didn't watch the full.
Oh, they lost 2-1, but they played well.
Yeah. I was watching that. Yeah.
But what's happening is, instead of convincing them to come to Chelsea, what we're saying is go Strasbourg. Don't even look at us. We're going to sign you to Strasbourg. So Chelsea done no business in the summer. I'm sorry, in January. But Strasbourg made about 3 signings. And they're all like 18, 19. But they said, look, if you do well here, we're going to bring you over to the big boys. And who else is... Look, think about it. You're going to get trained by Vieira. And they go, ooh, yeah, Vieira, Arsenal legend, yeah? Okay. Or football legend, yeah. We'll go over there. And that's what a lot of them are buying into. So there's about 4 players over there that Chelsea are just kind of hoping that they develop well enough to bring over to actual Chelsea. And then all of that is not on the actual Chelsea books. FFP. Not
Right,
yeah.
Well, it seems like it
makes sense. It makes sense.
I mean, business. I mean, obviously with Man United, you've got Nice because obviously Ineos. I've got Nice, so at least that's a kind of starting point. Unofficially. So that might be the way football's going to go in terms of big clubs buying. I mean, even Sheffield United have got.
I think Antwerp as well, Norm. Is it
Antwerp you got as well?
Antwerp as well. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay.
Well, we've always done a lot of deals with them or sent players there on loan to develop.
I'm trying to remember the club. I don't know if anybody can remember in the chat, Scott or Craig, the club that we used to. It was almost like a feeder club, and I can't remember who it was now. Was it It wasn't Nuremberg. Was it Nuremberg? Oh, I can't remember now. For the life of me, I can't remember for the life of me. I don't know if it was Nuremberg. If we had some special dealings with them, but I can't remember.
What country were they in?
Was it Germany? I'm trying to think if it was Germany or was it Switzerland?
But
I can't remember.
See with that, Norm, it's almost like having a football black book in terms of having these feeder clubs and what have you, where you know you make that phone call, or you make some moves, you get some players on the fringe of your squad going and getting regular football, and then you send somebody out from the scouting team, keep an eye on them. How they playing out there? It's just the way to do it now, isn't it? This whole thing, just one club and you figure it out from one club. Yeah, that's kind of ancient, and that's how football has progressed and will continue to progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Calvin, you might. There was, gosh, because we had a lot of African players.
Yeah, I think that was on the Wenger.
I don't think it was a club. I think it was like like an academy. Like them academies.
Yeah, but I think that was like a Wenger link, wasn't it? Wenger. Wenger was on that. Yeah.
And I know. I don't know if I'm trying to think if Mourinho bought into that as well. I'm trying to remember. Definitely Wenger. Definitely Wenger with that. But I think one of the things is actually just to finish on. Sorry, actually, is maybe a solution. Yeah, to maybe see your side. I mean, if the inevitable should happen tonight, how about this?
All day. No. All day. You see, Ange don't do that.
Put your front foot forward and tell us why Big Ange should come to Chelsea and Poch go to Tottenham.
Let me tell you something. It will save Poch a lot of petrol when he's driving past Tottenham, going, "Oh, that's nice. I'd love to go in there, but I've got to go to Chelsea every morning." Yeah, it will stop that, and then he can just leave the Spurs attitude that he has by. Anyway, let's leave that.
Because he said one day he would go back to Spurs, isn't it? I'm sure he said
that. Listen, we can make that tomorrow. No chance. Just do your thing tonight against Villa, and we can make that happen quick time. You understand?
And just trade up.
Trade up now.
And I'll tell you what, and I'll see his imprint of his football
straight away.
By the end of Feb, I'll see it.
Yeah,
you understand? You see, Poch, I've got Caicedo surrounded by 5 players with no one to pass the ball to. Of course, he's gonna.
Are you effectively saying that Poch is not a good coach?
I'm saying that he's not tactically sound. He might be a
lot of people say he's a good coach. I mean,
he might be. He might be for a team that's already got its core. For example, at Spurs, yes, he brought up young players, but he had Harry Kane, for Christ's sake. He had them man there, Vertonghen, Alderweireld,
and he got Spurs into top 4 quite a few years ago, and then got them to the Champions League final as well.
Eriksen, Son, you understand? These are established players. So when you've got Dele Alli's and other players coming around, that of course you can bring them up. But let's not pretend that you didn't have Son, Kane, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Lloris. These are big players.
Yeah.
You understand? So I don't think he's that guy that is going to take young players and make them believe they're big players. He's not. He's not a group of them, and we're seeing why he's struggling at the moment. So anyway, that's my pitch. And Norms, quickly before I gotta go.
Yeah,
I tried to tell you about this Arteta man. You know, last time I was on the show. Yeah, you was on the fence. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, Norms. Arteta has brought Arsenal from not seeing daylight, to dancing and taking pictures when beating Liverpool, taking pictures. You know what I mean?
Did he go too far though? Did he go too far with that? With the Klopp celebration? I thought he went too far with that, Norms.
That's the only thing.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
Oh man, that is scandalous, isn't it? What are we doing? This is what you do when you win a Champions League final, Bridget.
That's true. No,
let me just come on. Let me just come into this. Right. Let me just say this quickly. Yeah. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with celebrating. Okay. Yeah. I've seen Klopp get on a pitch, pull his hamstring, and give it whoa, and all that. Yeah. I've seen Mourinho running down the pitch, sliding on his trousers and mudding up his trousers and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got people like Jamie Carragher coming out. You've got who else
spit on a kid,
Gary Neville coming out, Rio Ferdinand coming out, saying, "Oh, you would have thought that they won the league." Now, listen, I think that the enormity of the game, and us, going into that game, nobody gave us a chance, especially the Liverpool fans. They were, going in there saying, "Yo, this is a walk in the park." But listen, they came in there, and I'm sorry, they had one shot on target. And that was because we scored an own goal. We played Liverpool off the park, mate.
No, I agree, Norms. You know what? I'll go as far to say that Arteta won the game of chess. You made Klopp take off Trent. You made him take him off. And for me, he lost the game for sure.
Yeah.
When he took off Gomez and put on Thiago. When I was watching it with your nephew Sean.
Yeah.
And when I saw him put on Thiago, I said, "You've won. You can't, because you've given up the wide areas where Trossard
and in terms of the creativity, that's coming from Trent.
Exactly.
So, but Trent and Konate were getting cooked by Martinelli. They were getting cooked. And then what was really crazy about that game, when Arteta, when he took off Martinelli, and you could see Martinelli's face, like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you taking me off?" But listen, the move worked out well because the goal taken by Trossard was fantastic, mate. It was absolutely fantastic.
That is what I'm talking about with Arteta. You can see the progression. I know he hasn't won you a title yet. You're probably not going to really give him his flowers until he does. But you can see where you finished 8th, 5th, 2nd, and now you're beating Liverpool, which is kind of a bogey team, and there you go. You're now kind of back in the talks about being title.
Well, listen, what I would say is we definitely ain't going to win the league, but at least we're still in it.
At least we're
still in it to win it. Then listen, because obviously if we lose that game, we're 8 points off of Liverpool, and that puts us pressure on us going into the next game, West Ham. Now, listen, it's all good us beating Liverpool at home, and it was atmosphere was euphoric and whatnot. If we now go to West Ham, who have now beaten us twice this season, in the Carabao Cup and at home, then I'm saying to myself, this ain't good. So we've got to go there now to West Ham, stay with them, because now they're big blue shark in Man City. Listen, they've won straight. I think they've won 9 games straight. Yeah, they're up and 9 games. So you know now that these guys are not taking their foot off the gas. Is it a 3-horse race? That's another quick question. Do you think that it's a 3-horse race?
Nah,
or do you think?
I think it's 2. I think it's 2.
Really?
No, I think it's 2. And I think you're a black horse in there, but you're not. You got to understand. You see, City once they're up and running, that's a force. Liverpool are used to chasing them to the end. They're used to it. Salah and them, when they start rounding up and they're vexed now that in the manner that you beat them as well. So you might have just poked the bear. You know what I mean? You might have just poked the bear. Robertson's back. Trent is gonna come back harder. You know what I mean?
Well, when I saw the players when I saw the players coming on, I was thinking, oh god, they're bringing on Nunes. Yeah. This is it now. He's gonna cause chaos and whatnot. But listen, Jota. Did anybody see Jota?
No, you don't.
I'm still looking for the guy. You understand? I mean, Saliba had a bozo moment there. Yeah, just clear the ball. Why are you trying to?
I think Raya was hesitant as well. He needed to see
whose fault. I mean, some people are blaming Raya. I blame Saliba, because Saliba, when you're in that position and you've got the guy sort of kind of behind you, you're feeling him. You can feel it where he is. Yeah, just clear the ball.
You know what? Yeah, but if you see the Liverpool one though as well with that was 10 between Van Disney and what they call him, Alisson in Wonderland. that was a real movie. That was funny to watch because it's like none of them opened their mouths to communicate.
Yeah.
And Alisson actually kicks Van Dijk, trying to kick the ball, and completely just gets it all wrong. It's just like, wow. And so it just goes to show you that two quality players can have a bozo moment. And there you are. So when I see Harry's bozo moments, I say, you know what? Van Disney and Alisson just done that as well. So
no, that was
let me relax.
I blame the keeper, because from once you see a centre back holding off a player, you have to come and collect.
Keeper's got to come.
That's the trigger to come and collect. You
collect or put your boot through it. Get it out of there.
100%.
Get it out of there. So like I said, the bozo moment.
The only problem then on the celebrations thing is you see like City and them man there, like them man don't really blink an eye until it's over.
Well, until they're holding the silverware up. Simple things. Yeah. And you see, I would accept this if we won the league. Yeah, man's taking a picture of the main photographer. Forget that. Yeah. I didn't mind Arteta doing what he did, which was
Arteta all day, because I think
he's a passionate fan. He's a passionate manager and all of that. I get all that.
The blind Arteta.
Yeah, but when you start doing all this rubbish, taking pictures and all that,
but this is what you got. This is what you be careful of, right? If you come up short empty-handed, big up yourself, man. If you come up short or empty-handed, then all this stuff are going to be memes.
Yeah,
coming into the season. You know what I'm saying? And that's the risk you run when in the moment of victory, when adrenaline and everything is running high, you have a moment like that. And for me, it's like, okay, bro, go ahead and win the league now, because you just celebrated like you won the league or the Champions League. Now, if you don't win either of those things, everyone will look at you sideways. Then you're going to see the memes flood the internet, and then that's a whole discussion again.
I would understand more if you beat Tottenham like this or Man United like this, because your rivalries.
True.
Liverpool, it isn't so much a rivalry. It's kind of like you're both just top team going for the title, not so much. So I can understand a little bit more if it was one of them teams where you want one over them. Liverpool, it needs to be a thing. If you beat them, business as usual. Business as usual, because this is what we should be doing. You understand? And the fact that you celebrate that hard, it makes you think, oh, this is very much a big deal. And
I think sometimes what happens is that you begin to show your hand. You know what I mean? You begin to show your hand. And sometimes, listen, as I said, it was nice to see Arteta celebrating. Great. But when I started seeing this rubbish, as Static says, come on, man. You know what I mean? We ain't won nothing yet, man. And this is just going to come back and just slap him in his face.
This is what gets players distracted sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm telling you now, if one of Man City mans did that after beating us or you guys, Pep would bench him.
Absolutely, 100%.
Be like,
100%. So, don't do that. In one sense, celebration police have come out and said what they needed to say. And I suppose my question to you guys is, do they have a point? Because when it comes, because listen, if we lose that game, we would be getting in our heads.
Getting cooked. You're getting
cooked. What I mean? We would be getting in our heads, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I think it is a milestone. It is a milestone that internally you should celebrate. When you get back in that dressing room, you say, boys, we did. This is better than in the past where we've got to this stage and we've crumbled. You understand? And you go mad in that chair. But you see, like, you just go clap to them fans. Thanks,
exactly, because now Odegaard is going to be mean for this now. He's going to be this. If we don't win it now, they're gonna find a meme for this. You understand?
I feel so. You better go and hiding if you don't win it.
But listen, he's our super cheerleader. I don't know if this is a trend that's happening now, and I think it started with Mr. Odegaard giving it all this. Now I'm seeing every player now from every team giving it all this. You know what I mean? Listen, you're 2 minutes. Listen, we're 2 minutes into the game, and I see Odegaard doing this. Come on, man, just calm down, bro. It's PR stuff, man. It's PR, and that's what. Listen, Arsenal are the Champions League PR merchants. Yeah, we are the ones that can do PR to the max. Yeah, when it comes to PR, Arsenal are the ones. Yeah, we'll get the we owe the World Cup for that. Super World Cup, whatever you want to call it, Super Cup. That's what we do. What I want to see is us go and win a trophy, a significant trophy. We're still in the Champions League. We're still in the hunt for the Premier League. Listen, at the end of the day, unless some mad miracle happens, we know that it's going to be Man City. Personally speaking, some people think it's a 3-horse race. Do you know
I still think it is, Norm. I still think it is. I think there's enough games.
Race. Do you know
for me, I think there's enough games left.
Yeah, I mean, if we're still with 10 games to go, so I'll say 5 games to go, and we're still within touching distance. Yeah. Listen, the pressure still now. On, if say for Ez, you know it is. You play football.
Yeah.
If say your team chasing and you're say 5-6 points, because that could be the gap by the time Man City win their game in hand and all of that, and we drop off. But just say we're 5 to 6 points. Yeah, with 5 games to go. The pressure now, because the chasing teams were ourselves and Liverpool chasing Man City down. I think it would be a different pressure. Whereas last season it was Man City and Arsenal, they were chasing us. And we couldn't deal with the pressure. And after spending 93% of the time at the top of the league, we bottled it against Nottingham Forest. We bottled it against West Ham. We bottled it against
There's 2 different pressures. There's the pressure when you're the one on top. And it almost doesn't feel like you're on top. Because you know that if you slip, you're getting caught. Can you imagine a chase where you're a very fast runner and you're always ahead, but if you let go of pace, the person behind you is just going to grab you. It feels like that. Yeah. So as much as you're ahead, you can't see that. It doesn't feel it. It doesn't feel it. Yeah. Now the person that's behind you, can see you, but it's not in their control to overtake you. They have to wait for you to slow down. Yeah. So it's the 2 different pressures there. One that you know you can't slow down, and one that you know that you can't afford to drop off, because if you do, then that gap gets bigger. You know what I mean?
Guys, can I just ask I just want to ask before Ed goes. I want to ask a medical question to all 3 of you. And this is quite serious. And as Kofi's there, we'll include him in this conversation. Is if you eat a lot of salt, guys, is it good for your blood pressure?
No, it's not.
I'm just asking. If you eat a lot of salt, like salty chips and stuff like that, it's
not good. No, it's not good.
Not good. Why would you say that, D?
It's not good
because, as they say, pressure bursts pipes, isn't it? And so, and I have to address this because I've had salty Liverpool fans in my chat, and I'm like, hold on.
No, D, we're talking about medical. What's Liverpool got to do with this? I was just talking about what the effects on your body, because
too much salt,
too much salt is not good for you.
Heart attack, stroke,
heart attack, and all of that thing. You know what I mean? Salt melts ice and all of that thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, I noticed that. I actually, funny enough,
I'll tell you what, Norm.
My wife likes a lot of salt, and she actually, by coincidence, she actually supports Liverpool as well.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Norm. A bit of Celtic organic salt on your tongue that you let to dissolve is good for the body with a bit of water.
Okay, thank you for that tip.
Just a speck of it. Yeah,
so not a lot of salt.
That was advice to me.
Not too much salt.
Just literally
what are your thoughts on
a grain of salt on your tongue?
Yeah, Ed, just want to find out your thoughts on salt and saltiness and all of that stuff.
Celtic salt.
This is quite serious. This is serious things now. I ain't messing about now. This is health problems. You understand?
I personally don't think you should take in salt after watching football matches. That's okay. I'm just saying there seems to be a correlation between the 2 of recent, and and that's why personally I don't wear the glasses anymore. I don't wear them anymore. Yeah, because I'm not going to be salty. Sorry.
No, I just really want to get your take. I just want to get your take.
And I think the saltiness, Norm, is a hangover for how Arsenal dealt with a certain team at the weekend.
Okay, there's a correlation,
right?
That's where the correlation is.
There's a correlation. Yeah, so with that saltiness, I had a hardcore Liverpool fan that sometimes comes on here say that this so-called club up in the north of England with great history is going to knock down its so-called historic club and build a big stadium. It tells you that the history is not that great.
I tell you one thing,
I'm like, what? Man United history is not great. Okay, bro.
Yeah, you know one thing. You know one thing about Arsenal fans and myself. I really love sweets. I feel sweet. I feel sweet. I feel sweet. I feel good. Sweet taste. The sweetness of sometimes when you don't think it tastes sweet, and then when it happens, it's sweet. You know, it's sweet. It's sweet. There's a chocolate called Free Sweet. It's really nice. Free Sweet. Gotta get it. Lovely. Comes in packs of threes. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. Yep. I love it.
I think you should ask if Kofi's available to give his opinion. You know.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, Kofi, if you're in the chat,
Kofi, pull over the car, my brother.
What do you think of? What do you think of sweets? What do you think of salt? Or is it, as the Jamaicans would say, bitter alas?
Bitter alas, isn't it? You know the words.
But listen. Ez, I know you got a jog off and go and watch your team get slap up and hope that you get a new manager in.
I told you, remember, I'm going to be watching like this the whole match of them. This. All right. That's me.
Well, give them the side eye.
Before you go, Ez, make sure your missus, sews a Wolves badge on that top, because that is the right colour. Yeah, make sure that happens. Make sure that happens. Okay. And Ez, big up to you, bro. I know next week is Valentine's Day, and there'll be hold on a second. Just before you go.
Bye-bye, Kofi.
Oh yes. He's made it.
Kofi. I was gonna say pull the car over, bro.
It only
trying
makes
to
sense.
Talk about me. Huh?
No, we're not trying to talk about you. I just want we're
talking about salt.
No, we're talking about salt. We're talking about salt. We're talking about salt. We're not trying to talk about. We're just talking about salt
and sweets. Salt and sweets. Okay, don't worry.
That's exactly how I like my popcorn. Salt and sweet. Or sweet.
Yeah, salt and sweet. Yeah. That's nice. I like that. But listen, Ez has got to go and see his team get slap up and hope that.
I'll be in the chat. I'll be on the WhatsApp. Trust me.
Man. No problem. We're nearly coming down. All right. We're going to be talking about the Premier League. What's going on? Prediction table. A certain man has moved that table. So big up to you. Big up to you, Ez, mate. Take care. God bless.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
All right, mate. Later. Yeah, Ez. Ez. Cove.
Yeah,
your beard looks like it's overgrown, bro. What happened? When I spoke to you on Sunday, it wasn't that big.
I've still been in the wilderness.
I hear you, man. Happens to the best of us, my friend.
That game, that was just like, it wasn't even a reminder that Arsenal are anything great or anything like that. It was just.
Hold on, say that again. Yo. Where's the salt, man? Where's the salt?
Arsenal literally, they had a good game. That was it. Like we didn't really turn up. So
no, because we made you play like you did.
You didn't
make us play like that. We contained. Cove, you had one shot on target, and that one shot on target, and you didn't actually score the goal. It was Arsenal. We scored all 4 goals, mate. Remember that. Yeah. Hold that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hold that.
That facts. If Endo was there, Declan Rice wouldn't have had that space to be dominating that midfield. He was
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not the biggest fan of Jorginho, because I still feel that when he's pressed, he will make mistakes and he's not the quickest. But one thing, he got man in the match. I thought it was close between him and Declan Rice. I thought Declan Rice should have got it. But listen, Arteta basically outfought Klopp. Yeah. You got to agree with this. He played when we played you in the FA Cup. Yeah. If we had taken our chances in the first half, that game could have been over. Yeah. And what happened? We didn't take our chances in the first half. Second half, we get an own goal by Kivior. Then Diaz goes down the other end goes down the other end and scores basically the consolation goal 2-0 and makes it 2-0. Yeah.
You know what? Fair dues to Arsenal, because their plan was right and Liverpool looked clueless the whole game. To be honest.
Yep.
And Klopp's tactics in that game, I mean, there were a lot of question marks, because if you know you're going to get sucked in like that, why don't you have an outlet and put Nunes on from the start?
Yeah, but you got to remember, Nunes was carrying a foot injury, wasn't he? So I think, you know, he was 50, but some people were saying he was 50-50 whether he was going to even make the side. So that's probably why he started him on the bench. But my thing was, when I saw him come on in the second half, I was thinking, oh, here we go. Do you know what I mean? Because you was bringing on Nunes, you was bringing on Elliott. I can't remember who the other player. Did Gakpo start for you?
Yeah, Gakpo started.
Right. So in terms of who you brought on, was let's see, who did you bring on?
So we brought on Elliott. We brought on Robertson.
Oh yeah, Robinson's back now.
Oh yeah, so those are the three players that you're bringing on. Robertson,
we brought on Thiago.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Why did he? Yeah, I think Ez was answering the same question. Why did he take off?
Gomez?
Well,
Gomez,
he moved Gomez over to the right, obviously to accommodate.
He took him off as well.
Yeah,
he took him off. I didn't understand that one. Then he left like Diaz in right back with Harvey.
Big up Mr. Pitts, San Francisco Guna, man.
Yes, Pitts. What you saying, bro?
Listen, man, you need to come on this show, bro. Man. I should send you the link. I can come on the show, man, and show the badge, yo. Yeah, you remember this one? You remember this? Yeah. 2006, mate. Yeah. Last time we played the Ivory, bro. Last time we played the Ivory, bro, and we nearly made it. We nearly made it.
But yeah, for me,
we missed out on that final, man. To
there Barcelona.
That's remembering me, but still, it is what it is, man.
There were a lot of guys in our team Sunday that didn't really want to be there. Like, you could see on Trent's attitude was like, well, I don't want to get skinned all day by Martinelli. So let me just put a couple of passes into the box, and yeah, if I'm at fault for anything, then you know that's how it is.
Yeah, no, I mean it was ridiculous. I mean, in terms of stats, all right, okay, yeah, you had the line of percentage. Obviously shots. We had 15 shots to your 10 shots. We had 7 shots on target. You had 1 shot on target a whole game. Listen, we nullified you. We nullified you. And Jorginho was that man. Yeah, in that midfield, gave Declan Rice, you know what I mean, the to license to go and do what he was doing, kind of played him more forward, playing in that kind of number 8 role. And he was breaking up tackles. We was bossing that midfield. And I was a little bit worried with Jorginho being in the middle of the park, because I was thinking, you know, you guys, I know Liverpool, when they're at it, they're closing you down. But it was just like, bro, they didn't offer nothing, as you say, Cove.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we don't have some certain guys in that midfield. We don't have a strong midfield like that. We have guys who can pass. We have guys who can pass, but unfortunately, we get pushed around midfield. And McAllister is not that DM that you want to be orchestrating the midfield. He can pass the ball like quite fluently and everything like that, but we just need some hard guy in midfield just to break up play, and we haven't got that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, hats off to Arsenal, but they're still not winning the league. They're not going to finish second. They're not going to.
Hope you saying it with chest, you know.
Behind us you stand.
So, well, we were talking about the 3-horse race, Cole. I actually agree that it will be a 3-horse. There's enough games still left for that to be a 3-horse race. So it's going to get interesting for sure.
I'm happy to be in the race, but obviously it's going to go to the wire. I think City, if we beat them at Anfield,
that game is massive.
That's a huge game, isn't it?
That game is massive.
10th of March.
For Arsenal, we just can't afford to drop any more points now. Going forward.
Soft points, isn't it?
And I think because listen, you know, City win their game in hand. they'll go what? Is it 2 points ahead of you guys, or 1 point?
No, a point. I think it's a point, isn't it?
A point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, and I was saying earlier on, Cole, right? If Arsenal are within 5 or 6 points with say 5 games to go, and the same with Liverpool as well, then I still think that City will do it, but I think there'll be a bit more pressure on them.
Oh yeah,
but the thing is, City never have a hard run in. I don't know why the league is set up like that for them, because if you look at their end fixtures, see, we've got bare easy games finishing up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, if they go into those games thinking, oh yeah, this is just another walk in the park, so they got to make sure that they're on it, because I just say, listen, last season Brentford did the double over them. Do you know what I mean? Teams that they lost against this season, they shouldn't have lost against, but it's literally they've gone in there and ended up losing a game, which was a bit of a shock. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
because Kofi, you have to take into account as well, some of those games on paper that look easy for City, these are going to be teams fighting for their life to stay in the Premier League.
So they can't underestimate them at all.
And these teams are going to sit in 2 banks of 4,
no block,
right, and try and frustrate the heck out of these guys and make them literally walk that ball into the net. So you may see City drop points, as in draw a few. Draw a few that they would have won, where they just, because like you saw at the weekend, the inability for Haaland to break down the low block. He got nothing at the weekend, but then like Ed said, 2 players on Haaland allows Foden all the space in the world to do what he did. Hence, he got the hat trick. So I think you've got that in their bag. But them games that look easy on paper, trust me,
but
no team wants to get relegated. The money
I
is
feel
huge.
If their concentration is to win the Champions League again, would that have a knock-on effect on their running?
Look, they're looking at possibly doing the treble again, doing a 4P, which D doesn't want to happen.
Nah, they can't
right?
do 4P.
Right. So there's a lot of, but Liverpool, I think
this is why I was rooting for
they're set up.
The week.
I know, but they're set up mentally. Do you know what I mean, to do this? You know what I'm trying to say. But I hear what you're saying with doing the 4P, because listen, as much as we say they've got the mentality thing, it might just dawn them to say, hang on a minute, bro. Because the more noise that that the pundits make and social media make, that, listen, City are going to do the 4P and there's a possibility they're going to do the treble, there's going to be a lot of expectation on them. They've got the mentality to do it, but you just don't.
Well, just don't as well.
And then Liverpool, they're still in 4 competitions.
True.
So is that going to come into effect as well? To say, whoa, they beat Chelsea. If they beat Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup next, you're still top of the league at the moment currently, and there's a possibility that you could win the Europa League.
Yeah, but it's game by game at the moment,
and that's it. You've got to take it.
Well, the thing
by
is,
game.
see the Europa League. If Arsenal, if Liverpool win the Europa League and City win the Champions League, then we get that 5th spot in our league to go into Champions League. So I think a lot of teams that are like our team, like my team, playing catch up, are actually willing those 2 things to happen, because then it gives you a 5th spot qualification in the Champions League.
I don't want United in the Champions League. Nah.
Yeah, man, United got to be in the Champions League, man. A club with this big, rich history needs to be in the Premier competition in Europe. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if that happens. If both teams go on that run, and the thing is, you have to remember, Norm, UEFA will make sure that Arsenal don't meet City in the final. So one of you gonna have to fall to get to the final. If you both get through, you're playing the semis.
Well, listen, we've got to get past Porto. That's our first game. I think it's away. I think we got them away, and then
away to Porto.
Our home tie is in March, and hopefully, because they've included Timber in the Champions League squad.
Oh, so means he's on his way back then.
So they're talking about him coming back into training in the next few weeks towards the end of February, beginning of March.
Well,
so
he may have already started running on grass more.
Yeah, no, I think he's doing it, but I think he's running the grass. But proper full contact training.
Full contact,
yeah.
The Champions League starts in next week.
We're right behind you. We're right behind you, Scott, mate. We're right behind you.
There you go, Scott. I'm a good one, man.
So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I mean, we've got to definitely. I mean, that game Sunday it has to be a reminder that you got to turn up for every game from now to the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Well, listen, let's just finish with the last thing, and that's the prediction league table. So let me just find that. And there's been some changes, which some man will be certainly happy about this, and someone will be eating chili at the end of the football thing. Yo, so Big D is moved up to
green dot, man. Wow. That's a rare thing, That green dot is so rare.
Is that your first? Is that your first correct score for the season?
Yeah, it's the first one. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I put on the green top today, man. To represent the green thing, man. I was like, my Lord, I actually got a green dot. Unbelievable.
Well, listen,
I actually thought they'd score. They nearly scored to make it 4-1,
Yeah, I know. I was willing it. Please. But you know what?
No more goals, City. That's it.
You know what? Ez, I mean, he still has not hit double figures.
Ez is struggling here, man.
He's struggling just like his team.
Yeah, I think we have to start a GoFundMe for Ez, man.
I think
but how many times has Ez chose Chelsea to win?
Bare times.
That's where his tactics has gone completely wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I think maybe I don't know what the other two Blues where he got the outcome right, but I don't know if at the time he had actually selected Chelsea, but definitely, those 3 red dots are not helping him at all. But D was the only one that actually got the actual score and outcome right. Nobody else got any outcomes right. So we scored 0
reds. Yeah, the red dots are painful, man.
We go to game week 24. This weekend. And I'll
be honest, they're getting harder to call, aren't they?
They are.
They are harder to call these games, man.
I mean, Chile. I mean, for the last 2 weeks, has got 2 of his scores wrong. One being Tottenham. They ended up drawing that game 2-2. Yeah. And listen, they were 2-1 up, and then Vicario needs to sort out his goalkeeping. He's a little bit like David De Gea when he first came in the league, getting pushed around.
A bit nervous.
He needs to control his area and boss his area, because, as I said, everybody's targeting him now. Do you know what I mean? Man City did it, and now Everton did it with, I think, Braithwaite getting the equaliser to make it 2-2. So that was obviously a disappointing result for Tottenham. And so they sit currently, I think, in is it fourth? Is it fourth or fifth? No, they sit fifth on 44 points with Aston Villa on 46 points. So that and you're currently what? How many points are you behind them? 6 points behind them?
Yeah. I think
same games played. Obviously, you got a -1 goal difference to their plus 14.
Yeah, I mean, that's just.
Do you think that you could possibly overtake Tottenham? Because listen, there's a lot of teams. I think 5th place is more than likely the place that you're going to try and go for. So you're going to be chasing down Tottenham. So what's the reality, D, of you making that 5th place? To be honest,
well, it's going to be tough. Like, first of all, we have to go to Villa and get something, which is going to be a very tall order. So that's our immediate. What we got to address is Aston Villa, because I think Villa are a handful, and so you look at that and say, we can't afford to drop any points of Villa. And I think momentum. If we get a bit of momentum, some people are saying that I've heard
you guys have hit a bit of form now. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and it's not a coincidence that your Casemiras and these guys are back, and then obviously we just lost Leacher again. And it was a tackle that he didn't even need to make. He got injured making a tackle.
So I think he's out for is it like 2 months or so, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like, dude, what is wrong with you? Because we do look different.
He's like one of your senior players, leaders on that pitch now.
For me, Norm, when we've got him taking the ball off Onana, rather than Onana doing his foolishness,
more comfortable,
yeah, way more comfortable,
yeah.
And so that's a huge loss again. So now we're relying on Evans and Maguire to step up again,
and that could be tricky. That could be tricky against Aston Villa because you've got Ollie Watkins.
Got the pace, haven't they?
Yeah,
and that's my worry is that they haven't been.
He's a second highest goal scorer.
I think
he's
so.
The second highest goal scorer.
Yeah,
I think he's matching Mo Salah in terms of GA as well.
Yeah, so
and then you've got the likes of Bailey. You know,
they got some
DRB and all them guys. You know what I mean? And McGinn. So they got some dangerous players. They got some.
There's no walk in the park at Villa.
No.
And they haven't had many off days under Emery either. So
no.
I think we start there, Norm, and then we'll see
where you go. Yeah.
Because I think if we don't win that game, Villa go 11 points clear of us.
It's all over then.
It's a hard catch, isn't it?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. So, but if we reduce them to, like you say, 8 points, and they draw one, then it's 6 points. Then we're in.
But the problem is though, D, you've got to jump over if you're trying to go for that fourth spot, then to be perfectly safe, you know what I mean? You've got to jump over 2 teams. Do you know what I'm saying? At the moment, fifth place, because the way Tottenham are playing at the moment, are they going to drop off? Or are they going to maintain that fifth place? You know what I mean? Because they're only 2. Remember, they're only 2 points behind Aston Villa.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's looking right now. You guys can't afford to drop any more points. To be honest,
it's a tough ask, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But listen, just quickly, if you just want to just go through the what's going on fantasy league table and just let us know what that is, and we will close the show so I can go and watch Chelsea get battered.
Yeah, man. This is a mad one. I'm watching Ez. That has been the worst thing to do, get 99 points in this thing. Because you're 1 point off 100, man. That's painful. Yeah, so I'm sure he'll look at that and say, one player that I should have not subbed has cost me 100 points there. But big up Ez, because Ez has leaped right into 5th spot. Wow. You see, I'm doing bits here now, Norman. I'm shocking myself here up to second.
Oh, wow, you got the second?
Yeah, with a solid 81. And putting some pressure on the man's them. Obviously,
how's Malcolm X doing?
Oh, she dropped to 15th now.
She was complaining to me, man. She was saying it's all your fault. I was like, what?
Unfortunately, she scored the lowest this week.
Oh, wow.
38 points.
She ain't gonna be too pleased. She ain't gonna be too pleased. No.
But there's still time for her not to get relegated. Even though there's no relegation in this league. It's a fun thing. But it's like I say, it feels like we've already started our running now, you know what I mean? Because even in some of my other leagues, it's really tight. It's just like, man's are getting. And the thing is, a lot of this is, Norman, picking the right captain. Because I scored 81 and I didn't pick the right captain. I captained Haaland. He didn't offer much. And I had Foden in the team. And I thought he's not going to start Foden, De Bruyne, and Haaland, and he did. That's why Pep's a madman. You can't trust Pep. I thought there's no way he's starting them 3 together, and he did.
I should have put Foden as captain himself.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Where are you sitting? Oh yeah, you're on 10th at the moment.
Yeah. Kofi's 10th, but Ez, I think Ez was around Kofi, so that 99 just leapfrogged him, boy.
Yeah.
And he's got 5 points pushing.
Yeah, because you can see by the green arrows who's
sending them up. Yeah. So me and Ez were ascending, and a few dropped. But like I say, it's still an early call. There's 4 of us in the 1300s already, points wise. So man, and Richard, Tuck, and Dal Grady have been up there all season.
Oh yeah.
So you're not mugging them too off, and then Emmanuel as well. He's made a run, and
being consistent.
Sean Connolly, Phil, and Ez, and then obviously Ez leapfrogging them. So it's game on, man.
Consistent, game on. Consistent. But listen, we go again next week. I know it's Valentine's Day.
I know. I'll talk to you afterwards and see what you
yeah.
See if we may want to go.
We went,
one day or the day, earlier or day.
We'd like to move for the first time in all our history. We're gonna have to move the show.
I'm sure the ladies will look at us sideways and say, "Oh yeah, I just go upstairs to use the office."
I definitely can't do the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Say it might have to be. I'd have to be I'd have to try and do the Thursday.
Yeah, seems like it'll work now.
Yeah,
and then
I'll put it out there. So just letting people know next week, instead of it coming on a Wednesday, just for the one-off occasion, it will be on the 15th of February. But I've got to make sure that I haven't got nothing booked.
Booked in. I hear that.
But I'm sure I'll check that out and everything and make sure of that. So the show will not be coming to you on Wednesday. Officially, we have said it now on the show. It will be coming possibly on a Thursday. So look out for that, guys. It's a change of date only on this one-off occasion. So anybody watching this on replay, we will be coming to you not Wednesday the 14th because it's Valentine's. Because if we do Wednesday the 14th, you may never ever see us on this show ever again. So I'll just put it out there. So I'm looking forward to taking the missus out on that Wednesday. So Jay, we're going out. We're going to go to our favourite restaurant. Yeah, that Thai restaurant in Greenwich. You know the one there.
There was, so
big up to you. Happy Valentine's Day in advance. Yeah, big up to all of you people. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share.
Share the thing, my guys.
Are new, and we go again next Thursday. I was going to say next Wednesday, Thursday. But please remind me in our What's Going On chat because, bro. I might forget. So just letting everybody know. Cool. Heads up, we will be changing the show to Thursday the 15th, as long as I've not got anything booked on that day. Because I think since doing this show, I don't think we've missed an actual show, to be honest.
No.
We've been strong. I think we've done 400 and odd shows in total. That's not including all the shows. That's not including all the videos that I've done when I first started.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So
cool.
It is what it is. But listen, people, hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you are new, and we go again next week. Take care and God bless.
Yeah, man.